Yeah,
Tiki-taki.
I'm doing something different with my phone today. We'll see if the angle is a little better.
Now I've got
It'll at
mine
least
set to
be
the side.
closer to the, what is it?
I'm ready to go live on TikTok. We're live on YouTube.
I'm live.
Oh, okay. 3, 2, 1. All right. And I always forget which icon down here is co-host.
It's the one on the
nope, that's
all
guests.
the way on the left. I can invite you. I'm going to invite you
guests.
now.
This is co-host Jake Vevera. Invite. Accept.
Boom.
There we go.
All right, let me turn this down a bit. There we go. How's it going, man?
All right. All right. Hello, Idiots on Parade, the Too Ugly for TV podcast. We mock the news so you don't have to. I am Nathan Timmel, stand-up comedian in Iowa City. With me, as always, is Jake Vevera, stand-up comedian in New York City. Hello, Jake.
How's it going?
All is well here. I'm doing something special today. Look at me. I got my eyes and shirt matching. I'm going to try and look right at the camera. My eyes and shirt match today.
Oh, that's cool.
I've done something.
My shirt and my teeth are a slight off yellow. Like we've done the same thing, but different.
Well, I just got back from Puerto Rico. That was the spring break. That's why we went live on Friday last week because I was going to be gone. That was good times. Going to be talking about that in my next few daily videos, including 11 in the 6 days we were there. 11 people drowned. There were
wow.
Yeah, 4 in one day. And here's the thing. Here's what I'm going to talk about in my daily videos.
Sure.
When I found there were riptide warnings every day. We knew before going in that the riptides were bad, like the same thing that took out Malcolm and Jamal Warner, that there was an undertow. And we went to this beach one day, and the waves were coming in, just fucking pounding it. And then the next morning we wake up and someone drowned one beach over, and it's like, yeah. First of all, Puerto Rico's issuing warnings. Second, they have flags up that are red that say don't go in the water, and people are going in. And then I jump online and people are saying they should warn us. It's like, one, they warned us, and two, you have fucking eyeballs. But yeah, 11 drownings in 1 week because people ignored warnings and went into big waves and got sucked out. So,
I mean, I see it both ways. I've absolutely gone swimming in the ocean when there's a red flag out. I don't give a shit. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Now, that said, if you do go swimming with the red flag, you can't sit there and act like they didn't put it there.
Right. So that was my week. You do anything on spring break? I mean, you have kids, but they don't really, like, my kids are in school, so spring break is actually something. So,
well, one of them's in 3K, but I don't think he had spring break. I don't think he did.
I don't know if they could do it that young, but
yeah, no, it's
Ultra Riptide, the TV show. Was that the big helicopter with? I remember it. That's an '80s show. I think there was.
I do not remember it.
All right, well, let's.
I know it's a song by a dude named Vance Joy. It's probably not on that show though.
Cool. All right. We have a cool story to talk about, and by cool, I mean frightening. So I want to tear through all the stupid stories I have, and then we'll get to the meat of the podcast. And the first one is already a big ad. Oh, I want to save that. I want to do these two last because I want to talk about it a little big. Okay, first of all, Shia LaBeouf causes disturbance in hotel lobby while wearing only his underwear after New Orleans arrest. So he walked around the lobby of his hotel in his underpants looking to get a light for his cigarette. Come on, bro, give me a fucking match is his quote. But he wandered around his hotel in his underpants looking to get a light for his cigarette. Can we please get my Shia LaBeouf reality TV show? Even, I want my Shia and Ezra, but even without Ezra, Shia is a walking reality TV show. I'm disappointed. I want my Shia LaBeouf reality TV show.
I do too. That said, I don't think this episode would be as good as the TMZ video tried to make it be, because it's just him in New Orleans trying to get a light for a cigarette. And yeah, he's in his underwear, but it's like, all right, I see how this would be something if it was, I don't know, Salt Lake City, Utah. But this is New Orleans. This is Mardi Gras land, man. He was the soberest person in that lobby. He
and
had
one
the
of the most
most
well
clothes
dressed.
on. Yeah, yeah. When in Rome, eat a lot of pasta. When in New Orleans, walk around in your underwear asking for cigarettes in the lobby.
Fair. I do think the thing with reality TV is it's fake. So what they do is they film for 2 months and then they chop it up and edit it. So you have the underpants in New Orleans building to the TMZ fight. You don't open with the fight. So I get that it wouldn't be as exciting, but yeah, you build to it. You build to the fight. You take the little things that he does, like the cigarettes and the underpants, and you build to the getting drunk and starting brawls. And with Ezra, see, and that's why it needs to be a two-person, because Ezra would just outshine him, what with his guns and kidnapping and holding girls hostages and starting a cult.
Right, this is pretty tame. If that would be the least crazy thing in Ezra's day, asking for a cigarette in a lobby. After he gets that cigarette lit, Ezra, he's going to commit felonies. He'll have even less clothes on the rest of the day.
Now, if Ken has a good one here, if Shia had beads around his neck, it's legit. It's full legit. If he had beads around his neck, he's good.
That is a law in New Orleans. If there's beads around your neck, it's not a felony for most things. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Next story is so stupid. I sent it to you just because it was beautiful clickbait. Oh, a tragedy. I wanted to say this up front. I am so sad. I did not see another tragic headline from this star that lived a normal life and had a couple of, we had 2 in a row, and I wanted to say, I forgot to say that, no, there was no sad third week of tragic updates from that guy, that writer.
That's good.
But this clickbait was pretty good. I saw a video that was titled, James Hetfield Shows Love to Fans. James Hetfield, singer, rhythm guitar player for Metallica. I'm like, oh, James Hetfield showing love to fans. Click on it. It's about 7 seconds long, and he walks into his limousine and waves at fans. That's it. He's showing love. He waves, and so he does one of these, and he's in the car. That's the headline. Is he's showing love to fans, and he's just getting in, not signing autographs, not posing for pictures, just one wave, and then he's gone. James Hetfield shows love to fans.
Whoever wrote that headline for that video definitely works in the same department as the guy that was calling every story he got, no matter how mundane it was, a tragedy. It's the same, that guy only sees rain and the other guy only sees rainbows, no matter what it is.
I like that. That's a good way of putting it. But I used to be angry at clickbait. I'm starting to love it. I'm starting to click on it just to see how bullshit it is. And that's a great, I'm beginning to enjoy the fake headlines just because they don't have anything,
I'd like to hope it was the same guy. I'd like to hope that he had another interview that he did that he was about to write. This guy said he got cast for this show. And then, first day getting there, the bus hit a bit of traffic, and it was 10 minutes late, and then they just went on with filming. And he was about to write what a horrible atrocity it was that this man dealt with that mild thing in his commute. But then the editor sat him down and was like, "Listen, not everything is a tragedy. You got to quit doing this, man. You got to see a little bit of the sunshine in this interview. It's just an interview about this guy's really kind of boring career when you put it on paper. Spice it up a little, but not everything's tragic." So he's like, "Fine. This is the most love I've ever seen a musician show a fan ever." He waved and said, "Hey," and then he got in the car. I've never seen that kind of love before.
That's passionate love. He's
a selfless man.
All right. Speaking of passionate love, Jake, oh my God. The tears, Jake. It might be over for Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Headline, new picture of Taylor Swift with A-list actor raises eyebrows. Is she cheating on Travis Kelce? Oh my God. Taylor Swift spotted with Paul Mescal in new photo from Oscars after party. And it looks like they're on the red carpet. They are sort of facing each other. It's blurry. They're completely in public. It's at a party. They're two people talking. It's not like her sneaking out of a hotel room, but because they happen to be in the same picture at the same party, we get the headline, "Is it over for Tay-Tay?" And this is just beautiful clickbait. You gotta love so the other guy was like, everything is beautiful or everything is tragic. This is just like drama. And then you have idiots commenting. We always they get the dumbest people. Music royalty meets rising film star. Love to see it. Adding, they look so perfect. Yes, two people in a picture together must be getting married. That's all there can be to it.
Yeah, I mean, here's where they got to be careful with this. Is one thing when she was dating musicians and they were doing this bullshit. I mean, you click on that and read it. I click on that and read it, and look at the pictures and all that. You know what it is. I know what it is. We're not insane dudes with CTE. You know what I mean? Like we're not 6'7" dudes that are just raw muscle and aggression and who've taken too many shots to the head. Travis is going to read that and be like, "Is it over? What the fuck?" And he's going to freak out. He's going to get mad at her. He's going to be flipping tables. She's like, no, just calm down. Read the actual article. Look, I'm just standing here at the cocktail party doing nothing. He's like, oh, okay. Well, who wrote this? Frank Smith? I'm going to fucking kill Frank Smith, and he's going to go find the guy who wrote this article and beat the shit out of him.
Actually, it says it was written, so it's the website is Evolve, and the writer is, quote, Evolve Editors. So it doesn't even have a writer. This is probably AI. But if you do read the article, toward the bottom, the second to last paragraph, it is, everyone was in a celebrity mood, whatever that is, and people are swarming around Michael B. Jordan, adding, quote, Taylor was dancing with her friends and having a great time. So she wasn't even dancing with Paul Mescal. She was dancing with her female friends, but no, they ended up in a picture together on the red carpet. It's over between her and Travis. My tears are coming back.
Does he Google that office and go there and then just start popping people at the front desk trying to get who the fuck wrote that article? Does he beat it out of the staff?
Oh. Next story. Oh no!
By the way, if he does that, I hope he gets away with it. I hope he gets away with it. I'll give money to his GoFundMe. If he doesn't get away with it, I'll put money in his prison commissary.
I'll try and get on the jury. I'll pull a John Cusack in jury duty. I'll try and get on there and spike the jury. Not guilty.
That's right.
Oh, Jake, Justice we've talked about this before, not with this state. Marriage between first cousins is still legal in Florida after bill fails to pass. Florida is one of, wait, I got to read it as is. Florida is reportedly one of 16 states with no limitations on marrying your first cousin. Marriage between first cousins is still legal in Florida after a bill banning the union failed to pass the state Senate. State Representative Dean Black, a Republican, tried to outlaw all incestuous marriages with an amendment to a bill involving changes to Florida's Department of Health. But it doesn't, where does it say who jacked it? A Republican tried to get it passed. Lawmakers ran out of time in the legislative session. They kept pushing it to the back. There were disagreements over other parts of the bill, which prevented the measure from passing.
Can't you stick around for an extra 5 minutes?
It's like, it can't just be don't fuck your cousin. They had don't fuck your cousin and give me $1 billion for this bridge. Something in there.
Man, before that, the chairman is banging his gavel. Yeah, I mean, there should have been like a couple guys going, hey, guy, this is not going to look good. We got to, let's 5 minutes, please. Come on.
Except it does say here at the end, Black thinks it should come back as a standalone bill, or whether it's tagged to another bill, we have to see. Maybe just a standalone bill. Maybe just literally a one-page.
It better be, dude. Because I'm telling you, if you're trying to we're passing this bill that just says you can't marry your first cousin. Also, we're going to have guns and vending machines in high school. It's like, wait, what? What are you talking about? What? Oh, you voted against this. Really? You want to fuck your cousin? Is that what I'm hearing? You want to fuck your cousin? It says you don't even need ID to buy a gun out of a vending machine. What the hell is this? The founding fathers didn't put in the Second Amendment that you needed an ID to buy a gun out of a vending machine in high school. B, why do you want to fuck your cousin so bad? Let's see a picture of her, sir. Let's see a picture. Let's see how hot this cousin is that you're willing to stand here on the House of Representatives floor and tell the people of Florida you're going to hold up legislation to keep you from marrying your cousin.
I do not know the gun laws in Puerto Rico. We went to an outlet mall because my wife tore through her books and needed to buy a new book. And we saw there was a bookstore in the outlet mall. And so we go, and there was a gun shop kiosk, one of those little like down the center. And we're just walking, looking for the bookstore. And all of a sudden it's like, buy a Glock, buy an AR-15, buy a different Glock. It was just like right there, just this fucking, all these in a kiosk in the middle of the mall. Not even a gun store, but just a kiosk.
Nice.
And I'm like, I got to fill out a form, or do I just buy it and take it? I don't.
Oh, I bought a gun from a flea market in North Carolina, and I mean, like, yeah, no form, no nothing.
Yeah.
Ken
says that knowing who Taylor Swift is dating is critically important to him. She's on his free pass list. My free pass list changes. It goes back and forth, but the constant has been Anna Kendrick. That's my hall pass. That's my.
Yeah, no, I got in trouble because of my hall pass because, like, my wife said Ryan Gosling. I said this chick named Claire at work, and she was like, "What? No, that's not. That's not the purpose of this."
Same-sex DNA, yes, it explains a lot. All right, so marriage first cousin still good. All right, so now we got our 2 stories left. I want to do this one and then Jake, I stumbled across this and watched it.
Wait before we move on.
Go ahead.
Florida, you got to pass that law that says you can't marry your cousin, because right now it stands, it's Florida, where you can't say gay, but you can sure fuck your cousin. And I mean, as much as we think that should be a standalone bill, how do they not add that to the don't say gay thing? You know what I mean? It's like, hey guys, maybe we should change. If we're going to be this prudes about LGBTQ stuff, we got to at least, hey, don't say gay or incest. You know, like how does that not get attached? You're going to do the anti-gay thing, but not this?
Grubbs has a good question. Is it still legal to sleep with your public school teacher, or is it still limited to homeschooling? Because now it looks like it's a homeschooling thing.
There we go.
And I can't believe this popped up in the news this week. I didn't send it to you, but it was another hot teacher that got busted banging a 15-year-old boy. South Park covered this. This is why are we still charging these teachers for banging teenage boys? I don't get it.
It's a real glass is half full kind of. I don't think it should be like, okay. Like, don't get me wrong. I have 2 sons. I don't have any daughters, but I can tell you right now, if I did have a daughter and a public school teacher had sex with her, I think, like, dude, we got to give this guy the chair. I agree.
I do have a daughter, and I would fucking want the death penalty. Now, I also have a son, and if he bangs a hot 29-year-old, I'm fine with it.
I don't think. I mean, look. I don't think it should be like legal, but it should, so like death penalty if it's a male teacher, female student. Whereas if it's a female teacher and a male student, $50 fine. Like that's, you know what I mean? Like they can't be legal, but you know.
75 if you didn't use a condom, because we're not trying to make a 15-year-old dad.
Yeah. You got to use protection. What are we doing?
You got to use protection.
What are we doing? Yeah. You got to do some community service or something if that's the way.
Clean a highway. Spend it. And you get there you go. 2 days, 16 hours of cleaning up trash. Yeah.
The highways are disgusting. Yeah. You know, 2 birds, 1 stone.
All right. I stumbled across this on accident, like most people did, and fuck, it was compelling. Jake, did you watch? I think it was Monday. I just popped up in my feed, and the next thing I know, the Afro Man trial.
Oh my God.
Best thing I have seen.
Oh my God.
All year. I could not have loved it more. And when he was found, when he won, I was in my room. I went, woo, you know, like all by myself in my hotel room in Puerto Rico.
Hell yeah, dude.
I gave it good on Afro Man. I loved him on this testimony. I loved him whenever he would hit back questions. Do you wish you'd done anything differently? I wish they hadn't broken into my house. Do you believe you should talk about that? I believe they shouldn't have broken in my house. I loved everything about the Afro Man trial. I love the songs. I mean, every time they would show a clip, I watched all of it. I don't know what's going to beat that in 2026. The Afro Man trial was the best thing I have seen.
Absolutely. And I'm glad that he did not take the advice of his attorneys, because you know his lawyers were like, listen, Afro Man, Mr. Afro, if that's what you go by in formal settings, maybe don't show up to the courtroom dressed like Don King. Maybe don't show up looking like Apollo Creed right before he gets killed in Rocky IV. Like maybe it doesn't make you look the most serious, but I'm glad he did not take the advice, because the suit made the whole thing 1,000 times better.
Because it was, I mean, he took a page out of the far right. He was pro-America. It was all flags, and all he said, First Amendment, First Amendment. That's all he did was fucking Constitution. It was so beautiful. And did you see the footage? Anybody out there that's watching this has not seen the footage, you absolutely have to look it up, of the people suing the police officers on the stand. That was as beautiful as Afro Man. So, do you think your wife actually fucked Afro Man? Who's to say? Like, what? What? You know? Like he says, I don't know. I saw 3 clips of 3 different police officers that were given the easiest slow pitch softballs, and they just whiffed on their answers. Like, do you think anybody takes this seriously? But they could. Like, I mean,
dude, it's nuts. And, I mean, so I would feel a little bit bad for the cops if it was like, I don't know, man, if this seemed like measured or whatever, but like, you know, they're beating down the guy's door with a battery ram. They're taking the guy's cash, and then they're giving back less of it. And it's like, once you determine like, oh, this is a bullshit report. You know what I mean? Because I think they were like, whoever said that he had this was like, oh, he like kidnapped somebody or something. And it's like, hey, look.
They were looking for drugs, I believe.
It said drugs and like a possible kidnapping or something. The whole thing is weird. But once you figure out like, oh, this was a bullshit search. Fix the guy's door, man. Like, you just knocked it off the hinges, you know. And I don't think cops should get like death threats for doing their jobs or whatever. Yeah. And sure, I get that mistakes happen, but when you realize that a mistake happened, fix a man's door, give him his fucking money back. And the fact that there was like, we gave him back less money because we miscounted. Yes, we the whatever county police did an investigation and we determined it was just a whoopsie. Was it? Like, what are you talking about? Are you investigated yourself and found you did nothing wrong? That's bullshit.
I only watched it once. I would love to know. I'm pressing play because I think. Yeah. Okay. I just put. And
like, not for nothing, go after the people giving the death threats. If that's what this is about, because he didn't post anything to where it's like, this is clearly it's defamatory. It's because here's the thing about defamation. You have to prove that it is both that you knew it was false, which it's not. That's them on camera doing the thing. So right there. And then also that you knew that you would put this person at risk, right? Yeah. You have to prove both of those things. They damn sure can't prove that it's false, you know? And in terms of the second thing, it's like, hey, I didn't tell people to give them death threats. I just pointed. So it was a bullshit case. I'm glad he won it.
The one thing I didn't see in any of the articles that I just Googled right now to want to make sure, because when I first heard lemon pound cake, I'm like, that's Under the Boardwalk. Did he give credit? And it turns out there is a sample, so it looks like Under the Boardwalk because he said the lemon pound cake. I'm like, Under the Boardwalk. You know, like nobody mentioned that, but it is. Sure. It is Googled that, yes, he did sample Under the Boardwalk. So,
yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where, I mean, if you're going to blame him for the death threats, then what about all of the, and any kind of criticism that anybody on the right makes of anyone and that person gets death threat? Are they now on the hook for the death threats? It's like, no. Go after the person making the threats, man.
Yeah,
that to me is who's guilty there.
But a lot of it, as I saw, was not the death threats. It was the embarrassment. Oh, he embarrassed me. I felt so shameful. Like, oh, now everybody's making fun of me. That's on you. I mean, first of all, suing for death threats is stupid. Go after the people that made the death threats. But 2, you can get made fun of. That's life. You can't like, oh, he hurt my feelings. That's bullshit, and I'm glad he won. Yeah, it would have to be if you're suing for death threats, it would have to be, for one thing, made up, you know, or completely taken out of context, like whatever. This is just security cam footage of them
breaking
in
his
his
house
home,
apart.
his
You know,
his security fam. Yeah, I mean, it's like you can't. How do you like? Oh, they're using his.
Like if we go on this podcast and we're like, hey, this is you know, Frank McMullen or whatever, like just pick some rando guy, and like he is running some kind of human trafficking ring or something, and we go saying that, it's like, okay, well that would get somebody death. That is bad enough that like it's kind of justifiable that you would threaten someone's life over that. But if we made that up, then it's defamation, because A, we knowingly made it up, and B, we said something bad enough that one would reasonably assume you would get death threats. So
Right.
I mean, that's the difference between that and this, like what they're claiming.
Yeah. All right, final story. Jake, you sent this to me, and it's a whopper. Why don't you? I'll read the headline, and then you go first, because this I just got caught up on this because you sent it to me this morning. I just had a thought. It's a good headline, but I wonder if we could get those tragedy versus Hetfield showing love. What we need is the guys with the great clickbait headlines to work with the actual journalist. This guy, Stephen Prager, looks like he's 14 years old. Written by Stephen Prager. He looks 14. Either way, bone chilling. Gamblers vowing to kill journalist unless he changes Iran war report to help them win Polymarket bet. After you make us lose 900,000, we will invest no less than that to finish you. Holy shit, this is a story and a half. Fill the listeners in and we will discuss. I read it. This is insane.
I mean, I thought my dad had a bad gambling problem because he spent too much time at the casinos. Jesus Christ.
Well, tell everybody, if you don't know what Polymarket is, tell them Polymarket's a gambling app.
Yeah.
You can bet on anything.
Right, like Kalshi, basically. It's Kalshi and Poly. What was it? Polyapp, or was that the name of it?
Yeah, it's Polyapp.
Polyapp, yeah. So
Polymarket.
I have
Polymarket.
Polymarket. Yeah, I know that's the other one. I downloaded Kalshi. I haven't actually made any bets on that, but I got it. Honestly, dude, you should download. I'm going to download Polyapp too, just to check it out, just out of curiosity. But you should download one, if not both of these, just to see some of the shit you can bet on. Because some of this, you're looking at it, and especially with the political stuff, some of it's like, okay, who's going to win the Democratic primary in this state? Who's going to win this special election? Whatever, That's like, that's what you'd think it would be. But you kind of keep going in there, and some of it's like, who is going to be Trump's next appointee to this cabinet position? And I'm like, wait a minute, there's people that know this. Like, there's people that know some of these things. Like, legit, they work, in the White House. Like they would know the answer to this. And so it's legalized insider trading. It's wild, man. Did you see the one about the Super Bowl? There was a couple weird ones with the Super Bowl where somebody bet on, oh my God, it pisses me off we didn't talk about it on here. So, for one thing, did you know there was a guy that ran on the field during the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Well, did you also know that he put tens of thousands of dollars on Kalshi that someone would run on the field during the Super Bowl?
I think I did see that. Yes, I read that after the fact. Yes.
So that's crazy. That's already one crazy. And then also there was some guy that took out like a $40,000 bet and had like, it was picking the people that were going to be at the halftime show, like make surprise appearances.
Oh, like Pedro Pascal and Lady Gaga.
Yeah, he had Pascal, he had Ricky Martin, he had Lady Gaga.
Yeah, Ricky Martin.
Like, had them all, to where it's like, oh, he wasn't just guessing. This guy, these are big shows. You know what I mean? There's a lot that go into it. There's rehearsals and all that. This could have been the guy that's just doing the lighting and the boom mics at the rehearsals. It was like, what the hell? So, I mean, like the fact that they have this type of stuff legal for gambling is crazy. And apparently, so fast forward to this. This was a dude in the Israel Times was the reporter,
journalist from Times of Israel. Yes,
Times of Israel. Right. Someone got a hold of him that had made a bet on Kalshi or one of these or Cash App. I keep fucking it up. Polyapp.
Polymarket.
Polymarket. It just sounds like it's a market where people just fuck each other. You know, it's in the title right there. It's poly market. Anyway, somebody made a huge bet on poly market, and is that Israel would get airstrikes from Iran by a certain day or something. And so this reporter reported on it, and then he made some correction to the story going, oh, it actually just the missiles hit a parking lot or something. And somehow, because of the wording of the bet, it nullified the guy's bet or whatever. So this guy's like trying to bribe and put pressure on the reporter to report it different.
Well, what he made with the that a missile did hit, but whatever you said, the date was wrong. So the user identifying as Aviv, what he claims, and he wanted the reporter to say what hit the ground was not a missile, but an interceptor fragment. So that the missile didn't hit.
That's right.
They wanted like, hey, you can't call it a missile because he loses the bet if a missile hit. But if it was just a fragment from something else, and so he's receiving emails saying you change your story, you change your reporting, or we will kill you, because they had bets on when missiles would hit or if.
Dude, and here's the thing.
If, as far as I understand, the emails I received were intended to confirm whether or not a missile had hit Israel on March 10th in order to resolve a prediction on Polymarket.
Dude, and how sick. We make a lot of dark jokes on this podcast. Oh, yeah. You know what kind of dark individual you got to be to sit there, come on, airstrike. Come on, Iran. Bomb Israel so your daddy can buy a new pair of everything. Like, what the fuck? What is wrong with you?
The people clamoring for his attention had put money on whether Iran would strike Israel on March 10th on a specific date. This market will resolve to yes if Iran initiates a drone, missile, or airstrike on Israel's soil on the listed date in the Israel time, GMT +2. Otherwise, this market will resolve to no, the website explained. However, it stipulates that intercepted missiles would not receive a yes verdict. So if it intercepted it and a fragment fell, that is not a yes, but they didn't intercept it, but they had wagered more than $14 million on the event. $14 million in bets on whether or not a missile would hit Israel on March 10th.
Dude, do you think there's going to be guys getting fired from ISIS for calling up their cousin and being like, yeah, listen, if they've got prop bets, tell them 2 p.m. Israel time tomorrow. Tell them put the house on it. Tell them put the tent. Tell them put the camel. Whatever you got, you put it on 2 p.m. tomorrow.
Grubbs has a good one. So this is kissing cousins. This is Florida to the poly market bets, but insider trading. Mark Wayne Mullen put a buy order into Citgo Petroleum days before we stuffed Maduro into a plane. Guess which country Citgo does a ton of business with? Yes, I mean.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And if there's one thing I know about Trump and everyone in his cabinet and under the MAGA banner, they don't mind doing shady shit for cash to enrich themselves. So you're going to see a lot of this stuff. I think you're going to see a lot of big bets from people, cousins of dudes who are staffs of whoever in the White House, putting a lot of money on this, because some of this stuff, again, some of it's who's going to win this election. Others is, you can bet on, what was I seeing earlier today? Is Scott Bessent going to say the word GDP in his interview on Fox and Friends? Like, what? Dude, if I'm one of the hosts, I'll be like, fuck it, I'm putting 20 grand and I'm going to ask him about a GDP. Like, what do you, exactly. Yeah. Well, who gives a shit?
That's what's at the bottom of this article as you keep going. The attempt by these gamblers to pressure me to change my reporting, blah, blah, blah. I do worry that other journalists may not be as ethical if they are promised some of the winnings. He said that journalists are in a unique position to, quote, exploit their knowledge for insider trading on the platform. Like you just said, your example right there. Oh, there's a GDP. Hey, Scott, what do you think of the GDP? Oh, well, the GDP, boom, win. You're like, these can be played easily.
And even if he doesn't say it, if he just answers your question, you're just asking him nothing but GDP. Scott, you're better with economics than me. What does GDP stand for? I you know what I mean? Like, I went to journalism school, not economics school or whatever. Like, what does it stand for? What is, and then how does it, it's what, PDP? Is that what it's called, Scott? Is it what it's PDP? Is that what it is? No, exactly. It's GDP. Boom! Papa want a new pair of everything.
Well, earlier this month, a watchdog group, Public Citizen, sent a letter to the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, CFTC, which regulates prediction markets, outlining a series of highly suspicious bets made just before Donald Trump launched strikes against Iran on February 28. Among the big winners were what the Wall Street Journal described as 6 suspected insiders who immaculately timed wagers that netted them 1.2 million profit. In January, another one made 436,000 after betting that Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro would be removed from power within a days. Like, this is, like you said, this is absolutely someone has knowledge, goes on there, creates a bet, gets people to bet against. I mean, this is, I mean, you love your prop bets, but, and that's the thing, it gets fucked up because
I just made $180 on a $10 UFC bet last night. What's up?
What? Basketball was fixing games. Were there 4 players? Yeah.
There was,
I mean, this is what happens when gambling gets out of control. This is like 8 men out. This is the Boston White Sox. The Chicago White. Were they Chicago White Sox or were they someone else when the...
I think it was White Sox. I could be...
It was the White Sox, but I can't remember if they were always in Chicago.
Yeah. I don't know. This is back.
I'm just thinking of the movie 8 Men Out.
Yeah. I mean... It's pretty wild, and Mark Wayne Mullen's a crazy guy too, man. I know they're talking about putting him in charge of Homeland
Black
Security.
Sox. It was back when they were the Black Sox, Chicago White Sox. Oh, it was a 1919 World Series.
Okay.
Yeah, but they were always but it was the Black Sox scandal with the Chicago White Sox. But yeah, they threw it.
That's like, is it going to come to light that some reporter's been changing stuff for prop bets? Is there going to be a Pete Rose of journalism that's just going to get drummed out? That Pulitzer Prize is taken away, all that stuff.
Ken's making money on you next week, my friend.
What's that? Oh yeah. That should pay out about 10 cents on a dollar. Yeah. Not even.
Yeah, there's not big odds like will Jake be late? It's 100 to 1. No, they're moving the line on that one.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. And see, that'll be the one week because I'll look and it's like, wait a minute, I'm favored 57 to 1 to be late to the podcast. Tim will send this to me 15 minutes early. We got this week. Put the rent money that I'm going to be on time.
Yes. Oh, well, that's the bottom of the article. But yeah, what an amazing, this is the world we live in. That
dude, it's
nuts. I'm telling wars, and now you threaten journalists.
Well, there's they're trying to pass a law right now. I saw Congressman Mike Levin out of California, and I believe Chris Murphy put a bill together called the No Bets on Death or something like that. But basically you can't bet on people getting killed anymore because I don't know, it's kind of fucked up, like. Do we then have Doc? I bet 20 grand that this guy wouldn't make it to 85. Can you pull the plug on him, Doc? But
no.
You know what I mean?
Doc, hey, I know that my buddy's going in for an appendix, but if you could, if I cut you in on the winnings, sometimes things happen with appendixes. I know it's a simple surgery, but if he doesn't make it, I make $1 million. I could give you half.
That's right. Can you give him the old Joan Rivers special and really make sure he doesn't feel nothing?
Could you just talk to not even doc, like just go over to the anesthesiologist. Hey, just
man.
bump that up.
Well, and I want to look more into this bill too because I think they should also include also no betting on stuff that people in politics clearly know the outcome for that. I mean, because this is just
that's what I said with the
trading.
Where Grubbs came in. Yeah, I'm going to make this up because I don't know, but they say everybody enters into Congress, making $80,000 a year. And by the time they leave, they're multimillionaires because all they do is insider trade.
But at least before then, it had to be on stocks. What kind of idiocracy bullshit is this? To where it's like, I'm going to bet 20 grand that the vice president's wearing blue socks today. Boom! I just made a lot of money.
I bet Trump wears a red tie.
Right? Yeah. It's like goofy shit like this.
All right, well, I'm going to go shave because I'm itchy, and then I'm taking my kid to see Project Hail Mary because...
Oh, nice.
I showed him the preview, and he likes Rocky the Puppet. You know, a little alien Ryan Gosling friendship.
Cool.
So I'm taking him to the movies. So.
Real quick before we end it, do you remember since Mark Wayne Mullen got brought up? Do you remember when he tried to fight the Teamsters leader on the Senate floor?
Yes.
Dude, it was the funniest thing. Oh my God. And like, if you guys haven't seen the clip,
they're banging the gavel. Sit down, sit down.
Right next to him going, oh no, you are not going to fight on the floor. You are a United States Senator. Sit down. You know, like it's the funniest thing ever. What's that?
You're taking me today?
Yeah, we're going. This is Truman. I'm taking him today. We're going to see Project Hail Mary. That's TikTok and that's YouTube. And is that Cage coming in? Cage, are you back there somewhere? Oh, there. You're live on the internet, Cage.
How's it going?
By the way, Ken says...
Go into the TikTok camera.
Yeah, Ken says, I'm going to die in a tragic colonoscopy accident. Jake retires after $1 million polymarket bet.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's all right.
Sigma.
I have been Nathan Timmel. You can find me at nathantimmel.com. And I've got new designs up. I always say I have a t-shirt store. It's an everything store. Hats, stickers, magnets, anything you want. It's at my store.
Got the Elton John glasses.
Elton John glasses. Jake has been Jake Vevera. You can find him at Jake Vevera on all social media, including Unalived by Dog Pills, his special on YouTube. And I think looking at my calendar really quick, I have, I need to see guys. Oh, that's on November. I'm good on all my next Sundays. So
I should be as well. Yeah.
Yeah. We're on Sundays for a while. So it's Sunday. It shouldn't be any confusing time changes. So thanks for tuning in. I've got my eyes closed. I can't see anything because I'm wearing Elton John sunglasses. All right, guys, I got to sign this off.
These are Monty glasses.
All right. Let me sign off. See you, Jake. All right.
I just made a Kalshi bet that Timmel doesn't make the podcast next week because he's in jail for hitting his kids. Later.
That's a good. I can't click end now because I can't see it. End.